What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we got AI Hound, the Tay-K of New York drill from OJ the Demon's YouTube channel. Few of y'all sent me this. Now, I have no idea who this individual is. I don't know what he did. But to have the moniker of the Tay-K of New York drill is wild. So we ain't doing no more talking. We gonna see what this all about, man. Let's get it.
This is 15-year-old Jameer Thompson. Police say he is wanted for murder.
Thompson is wanted and will be charged with murder in the second degree. If Jameer Thompson is watching, I have a message for you. We are considering you armed and dangerous. We are out looking for you as we speak. And for the safety of everyone, I urge you to turn yourself in.
Yo, what is good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys have been doing well in my absence. I apologize, but I'm back with nothing but quality and consistency. And really quickly, I know I say this a lot, but thank you guys so much for 1K subs. This has been a dream of mine for the longest, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys watching this right now. I really can't thank y'all enough. But you already know I'm gonna just keep being consistent and dropping bangers for you guys. So today's video is a bit of a sad but very interesting one. While scrolling YouTube, I stumbled across a music video. The music video was titled AI Hound times Veli Vel's Stick Talk. Now right off the bat, I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea who these guys were. It was uploaded by Mullah G's and uploaded 2 years ago. Being somewhat familiar with Mullah G's, I decided to click it.
Hey, how niggas know that I do this? Run around the town with the chop on roof. Catch out, pop top, the two quick spots out with me. I know you gonna shoot shit.
After listening to only a couple
got flow. I ain't gonna lie.
seconds of it, I was completely amazed and just blown back with the talent of this kid, and especially being so young. And this is no,
And you know what's crazy though? Like, bro, it's 15, and I just did a New York reaction just now. I'm like, man, New York, it ain't no way that the whole state of New York could just flow like that. I feel like it's something that a lot of these young is just born with. I don't know.
this, but just by listening to him and looking at him, I just
Cause
assumed
it's a lot of these niggas out here, man, that's rapping. It's too many of
that
them.
this nigga was 11 or some shit. But at this time, he was actually 15. It gave me such a nostalgic feeling. Really reminded me of early Chicago drill. So of course I was completely hooked. I wanted to find out more about this kid. While digging deeper, I realized this kid was one of the first to do about everything New York drill wise. And in an interview with his friend Mullah GZ's, he talks about his friend AI Hound being one of the first drill rappers in 2019, which is a very controversial topic, especially if we're talking about New York drill as a whole. But if we're talking about Yonkers specifically, we can definitely give this kid the title of Face of Yonkers, or one of the early pioneers of Yonkers drill for a fact.
Back then, and that was another back then. I was a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago. You doing 300K, 500K.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
We felt like, feel me, like around that time, and a lot of other niggas wasn't rapping. Like a lot of rappers that was rapping that.
When I said this kid did,
That's crazy though, cause at that time, you know, New York was so different. Cause that was like, I mean, shout out Young and May, but that, let's be honest, like that was kind of like the post Young and May era. You know, I don't know, New York, it wasn't making as much noise as it is right now. I feel like, you know, once we started seeing 22Gs and we started, you know, 5E and Pop Smoke, like when that started, like I feel like a lot of people would say like, okay, those like the original ones, but you gotta remember, it's probably plenty dudes just like AI Hound that was pulling in hundreds of thousands of views right alongside with him. Niggas was just asleep. So he really could have been like one of the pioneers of this.
Like, feel me, like around that time, and a lot of other niggas wasn't rapping. Like a lot of rappers that was rapping that.
when I said this kid did about everything New York drill was, I mean about everything. He even did the whole jail phone freestyle thing before D-Thing and K-Flock.
We gon' get up on your ass, nigga. We took them 30 sticks, you better be aware, nigga. Them hollow tips, they might just hit you in your mans, nigga. I got a beef, so your ass better disappear, nigga.
Which is pretty funny but sad, to be honest. And even sadder, he is currently facing 9 years to life in prison. And apparently he went on the run and did the race like the iconic trap star Tay-K did. And oddly enough, Tay-K was 16 when he did the race and AI was 15 when he did the race. So they were pretty much around the same age. Anyways, if you don't know, Yonkers is a city on the Hudson River in Westchester County, New York. AI Hound, whose real name is Jameer Thompson, is a member of the 300 Bloodhound Brims. The 300 Bloodhound Brims is a extremely violent and ruthless gang. They are responsible for many barbaric, sadistic, and petty murders. They have been terrorizing the streets of Yonkers, New York since at least 2016. Again, they are responsible for some of the most serious crimes imaginable, and AI Hound is super young and associated with them. At some very young ages, AI has been arrested for some very serious crimes.
They say he's affiliated with a gang and has a violent criminal history, including charges stemming from a stabbing, robbery, and gun possession.
At the young age of just 11, he was arrested for robbing someone at knife point, which is just insane. Imagine getting robbed at knife point by a 11-year-old.
And it's crazy though, because I mean, aside from it being like, I feel like that gang, that's more like a, you know, a local street gang. They dangerous in themselves, but when you got the youngest, the younger the individual that's in the gang, the younger they are, the more dangerous they are, because they trying to earn that respect. They trying to earn their stripes. You robbing somebody at knife point? At knife point. Like, these niggas, like, bro, let's look at it for what it is. They send these youngsters on these crash dummy missions. If they survive, hey, more respect. If somebody would have upped that thing on them and took them out that night, they just moving on to the, you know, recruit the next one. But it's like, I don't know, man. That's crazy though. But he a menace though. He a menace.
Knife point by a 11-year-old. I low-key think that's more scarier than getting robbed by someone who's older, because they're literally thinking about consequences and whatnot. Yeah, but an 11-year-old probably just doesn't care and will actually poke you for about $5. At the age of 13, he was caught carrying a loaded handgun just in November of 2019. Before the incident that we're going to be discussing today actually happened, he was charged with stabbing someone after getting in a dispute with them. I know that's a lot to process, and I have no idea how this kid didn't get some type of year-long sentencing for all of these insane charges, which is just crazy to me. But let's talk about today's main incident. AI being 15 at the time of April 25th, 2019. He was in Yonkers Grand Park when he robbed someone's gold chain, snatching it right off their neck and fleeing the scene. Later that day, around 9:30 p.m., the same guy who got robbed by AI were with a couple of his friends, and they were searching for AI. They spotted him and ran up on him on the corner of Lake Avenue and Morningside Place. At the same time, a 18-year-old girl by the name of Marilyn Martinez was walking along the street with her 9-year-old sister. AI was alone, and in fear of getting jumped, he pulled out his gun, aimed, and fired at the guy. But I'm guessing AI needed glasses, because he completely missed and ended up headshotting the young lady, who was a complete innocent bystander. She died on impact, holding her 9-year-old little sister's hand, which is very heartbreaking and unfortunate. This was all actually caught on camera. Witnesses and surveillance footage is how they actually identified AI being the trigger man. Again, this kid was an absolute demon, and it's mind-boggling to me how he was even on the streets to begin with. 2 of the camera angles were released to the public, so let me just break those down for you.
Well, hold on. So they had camera footage of this. Like, did they try to do like a self-defense, or like he killed an innocent girl on camera? They know it's him, and he got a track. She like how the hell did he get out of that?
Streets to begin with. 2 of the camera angles were released to the public, so let me just break those down for you really quickly. We are now looking at camera angle number 1, which shows the guys jumping out of the car and running on AI for obviously snatching his chain earlier that day. As we can see, the guy wearing all black runs up and confronts AI, I'm guessing. Him being the one specifically who got his chain taken. He ends up getting close to AI. As we can see in the second camera angle, AI is the person in the yellow hoodie. He pulls out his weapon, aiming for the guy in the black hoodie, but completely missed, firing behind him where the victim was. And here we can see her 9-year-old little sister running for help, which again is just super heartbreaking. AI fled once again. This time he was on the run. He fled all the way to North Carolina. The feds got involved, and they had a manhunt for him for about 2 weeks. Within those 2 weeks, wanted posters were up everywhere. They even put $10K on his head, $10,000 for anyone who helped find this 15-year-old, which is insane. Like, how does this even happen? But he ended up turning himself in on May 7th for felony charges of second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and second-degree criminal possession of a firearm. He pled guilty. Luckily, he was being charged as a juvenile because we all seen what happened to Tay-K. AI was sentenced to 9 years to life in prison, which is pretty good.
I was about to say 9 years to life, bro. Like, you can get out in 9 years. Think about it. Okay, he was 15 in 2019. I don't know where the case at right now 3 years later. But he 18 now, right? Yeah, he grown now. So, man, you could do them years. You can get out. You will still be in your 20s. It's just a tragedy, though. Like, an innocent person lost their life. A little girl watched her sister get slain in front of her while holding her hand. Like, come on now. That's something that little girl ain't never gonna forget, though. That's crazy.
What he did. Now, if you don't know, when someone is sentenced to X amount of years to life in prison, that just means they have to serve those X amount of years. And if they're deemed fit, they'll be released. And if not, they'll get life. But super sad case, we did not only lose such a talented rapper, we also lost a innocent young woman for no reason. But as usual, let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments. I'm gonna try really hard to upload again this week, but if I don't, I am so sorry. But yeah, thank you guys so much again. It's been your boy OJ the Demon, and I'm out.
It's like, you know, these boys got the, you know, they get blessed with just this gift. Like I said, I don't know who he is, but like the way that, you know, OJ was talking about him, like he has some talent with him. It's like you blessed with that ability, though. It's like hip hop's so different now, though, man. Like, you know, 9 times out of 10, these little niggas, like, man, they so young. They really out here doing what they rapping about. And you know what comes with the consequences. You either get killed or you gonna get locked up. In his situation at 15, man, you ain't even, like, man, like, you ain't even experienced life yet. You ain't even, like, you ain't even old enough to drink. You ain't even old enough to drive, damn near. And just like that, everything could be thrown away. But in his defense, he can get out at 24. He can get out at, you know, in his 20s. He could turn it around if he wants to. Focus strictly on the music. I know for the family of the victim, you know, it's not going to bring her back. And that's the tragic part of it, man. That's the tragic part of it, man, when you got the youth involved in the streets like this, man. But dang, so he went on the whole thing from New York to Carolina. That's crazy, man. AI Hound, the Tay-K of New York drill, link down below in the description for y'all to check this out in its entirety with no interruptions. Y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me, want daily reaction videos, hit that subscribe button for me. To the next video, I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV. I'm out.